everyone, and welcome to another episode of Radiant Central, and I'm your host, Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So today I want to offer some tips and suggestions on how to transition to a healthier diet more easily, how to be successful. As everyone knows, I'm a diet and lifestyle coach. I work with people helping them to lose weight. I work with people who have certain health goals that they want to achieve, all sorts of things. And one thing that comes up with a lot of clients and that they ask me or they even complain to me about is, why is it so difficult? Why is it so difficult to change someone's diet? Why is it so difficult to eat healthier? Why is it so difficult to stick to? And I think for a lot of people are challenged by this. It's when you look at how to eat healthy, it's very simple, but to actually do it and to stick to it and do it over the long term and to actually get results from it, that's a whole other story. And so today I want to offer some tips and suggestions on how to make it easier and how to be successful with your diet change and how to be able to do it over the long term and enjoy it. So the first suggestion I have is to get organized. And that doesn't only mean organizing your fridge and getting rid of the junk food and stocking up on healthy food, but also means organizing your life around this big decision. When you decide you want to start eating healthy, you need to organize your life that it supports this, that in every step of the way, your life is in alignment with this goal. So the first step would be to organize your home, organize your kitchen. A lot of times people decide, okay, I'm going to eat healthier, I'm going to lose the weight, and they don't even think about how their living environment is going to affect that goal, and a lot of times their living environment is in direct alignment as to whether they're going to actually succeed or they're going to fail. And what I mean by this is that it's really important that when you have a goal to make change in your life, you got to make things easy for yourself, and that means having a clean home. It means having a clean kitchen. If you want to actually make good decisions with the food you're making and make good choices, you have to make it attractive. You have to make it doable, and that starts in the kitchen. You have to have a clean kitchen. So if you are that type of person that doesn't do the dishes immediately, or you only clean the house once a month, you got to start getting on top of that, because if you walk into a kitchen and it's got a nice stack of dirty dishes and everything's piling up everywhere and everything's dirty, the last thing you're going to want to do is prepare a really healthy, wholesome meal. You might not even have room in the kitchen to be preparing it. And instead you probably want to just call up the local restaurant and get takeaway, right? So it's about getting organized with everything and cleaning out the kitchen so that you have space to make food. Clean out the kitchen, that it looks nice, that it's appetizing and it's good to actually be in the kitchen. Things like that, because then you're going to make way better decisions with your food. You're actually going to put the time and the care into making good, wholesome meals. Okay, so that's the first step. The second step would be to clean out the whole house, so that when you wake up in the morning or when you come home from work or school, your home, it's your sanctuary, and it's supporting you to be healthy. It's supporting you to reach your goals, and that you like to be home, and that you like to take care of your home, and therefore you like to take care of yourself. A lot of times our environment is a reflection as to what's going on inside, and if what's going on inside is all over the place, our environment's going to be all over the place. And sometimes by getting our mind and our life more organized, we have to first start with our environment, so that if our environment is cleaned up and tidy and things are put away, then we can think more clearly, then we can make better, sharper decisions, then we can think things through, and therefore we can get onto our goals and actually succeed. Okay? The next step would be to prepare yourself. A lot of times people don't think ahead. They don't think past day 1 or day 3 on their new diet. And a lot of times you need to be prepared, and you need to prepare for the worst. And what that means is, first you need to be prepared for what might happen when you get onto this change of diet. For a lot of people, getting off of sugar or getting off of caffeine or getting off of junk food or fast food brings on withdrawal symptoms. They can actually feel like you're withdrawing from a drug. And so some people get headaches, some people get really tired, some people get so moody and cranky. Others, they don't even feel like they can think clearly. And if you're not prepared for that, then if that actually comes up and these symptoms come up, it's easy to make excuses and dump the diet. You know, it's kind of like you get a headache and you're like, forget it, I feel too lousy, I can't do it. Maybe I'll try next week. But if you're prepared to think, okay, I might get a headache in a few days, I might get a headache tomorrow or in the next few days, this is what I'm going to do if I get a headache. I'm going to drink a lot of water, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to get extra sleep, things like that. Then you have an action plan. And so whatever comes up that you can normally find an excuse to stop your diet and give in to the excuse or give in to the challenge, then you're able to seize it as a challenge and go beyond it and be victorious, you know? So, because I see that a lot. It's like the moment someone starts feeling like physically uncomfortable in any way, whether they just feel tired or whether they don't feel so clear in their thinking, they give up. And a lot of times I have to say is that the moment the headache starts coming up, the moment you start feeling tired, the moment you start feeling moody, a lot of times it's because you're right about to get to the other side of the diet change and actually start feeling good. And if you give up that soon, you're not going to feel the wonderful benefits and you're not going to be able to move on forward with the diet. So one thing to keep in mind is that if you do start feeling a headache or you start feeling withdrawal, that's a good thing. That means you're releasing the sugar, you're releasing the caffeine or the stimulants from your diet, you're releasing the chemicals and all that stuff. And so you have to actually be really happy that you're feeling so bad because it means your body's clearing it out. And you might be uncomfortable for a few days, but then you're going to feel fantastic. Okay? So you have to prepare for that. You also need to prepare too that maybe you need to prepare your loved ones. You know, if you know that you're the type of person that once you give up your afternoon candy bar that you can get kind of moody, maybe you need to prepare the people around you, let them know that you might be moody. You know, maybe also too, some people do better with a diet change when they have time off. You know, they're better off doing it on the weekend, because then they can have 2 days where they can sleep in and they are not going to work and they don't have to be responsible for anything and they can just kind of zone out, sleep through the transition and the withdrawal, and then Monday be on top of things. Whereas other people, they prefer to actually do a diet change when they're in the thick of things, you know, when they're at work or they're at school and they're dealing with deadlines and they're distracted from their diet, you know. So that too, preparing yourself for how can you set things up that you're going to be most successful? And what kind of person are you? Are you the type of person that needs to do change softly and gradually and in a quiet way? Then maybe you need to be doing the diet change on the weekend or on a day off. Maybe if you're the type of person that really needs to do things when you're distracted and you need to be busy, busy, busy so you don't have time to think, then this is really, you should be doing it at a time when you're busy either at work or at school or just have a lot going on. And let's say you do need to have a lot of distraction, then organize things, you know, for the weeks ahead of you, that you're always busy, you know, that you're like on your off time, you're out socializing and being with people, that you don't have time to think about the diet change. Because that too can really ensure your success. So it's preparing things and thinking ahead. Not only thinking a few days ahead, it's thinking a week ahead, a few weeks ahead, a month ahead. How can you keep going with this? And so the last thing is to have fun. And that really needs to be prepared days ahead, weeks ahead, thinking ahead of how can you have fun and how can you reward yourself? How can you make the transition into a feel-good experience? Because the more fun you have with the diet change, the easier it is to do. And this is one thing that I find most people overlook, is that they're just so focused on what they need to take out, and they're so focused on the food, and they're so focused on this new diet and this new lifestyle, and that's all they think about. You know, it's food, what they can eat and what they can't eat, and what they're going to eat next, and all of that. And over time, that kind of wears off, or it just becomes very obsessive, and that can also counter someone's goals as well. You know, that really I feel that the focus needs to be put on how can you make this time the most enjoyable time of your life. You know, that you're doing a lot of activities and seeing people or doing things that it's not food related, but it's fun related and it's reward related. So you might say to yourself, okay, I'm transitioning onto this healthier diet, and this week I'm gonna go and get a haircut, or this week I'm gonna go to the movies with my best friend, and this week I'm gonna go and check out that live band, or I'm going to go and hike that mountain, or I'm going to go and take walks on the beach in the morning, or I'm going to join that yoga class. I mean, there's so many things you can do to make yourself feel good. And what I would say is that if you're planning on changing your diet and you really want to be successful, is organize an entire month of feel-good activities. I know some people like to break things up with their diet, and maybe they might do like a few days where they're going to do a juice fast just to change things up, or they might decide to do a day a week doing a vegetarian diet or a raw food diet, or anything to break things up and make things fun and make things exciting and new. So it's thinking, how can you make it fun for yourself? How can you change up your diet that it's always going to be fun? And also, how can you immerse yourself in non-food related activities so that you feel that other areas of your life is growing with this change? And I have to say, it's kind of like when you get into doing more and more things that make you feel good and that connect you with your spirit, that connect you with your creativity, that connect you with other people, the more alive you feel and the more you want to be healthy, and then that supports your decision to make the change with your diet. It becomes easy, so if you find that like your mind and your body's full of cravings, tune into how can you have more fun? How can you shake things up? Who can you see that makes you feel great? What can you do that makes you feel good? What can you do that makes you relaxed? And start bringing these activities into your daily life. That will make a huge, enormous difference. And the great thing about that too is that the more activities you do that make you feel good and that you incorporate into your daily life, after a few weeks, that just becomes second nature and your life becomes way better on all levels. So those are my tips. And I do want to mention too that the next 7-day raw food challenge, it starts this coming Monday, March 17th. And so if you're interested in joining or you want more information, you can go to my website at radiantcentral.com, click on products, and you'll see 7-day raw food challenge. And this is a great program if you want to transition onto a healthier diet. It's 7 days of just raw foods. This is a great way to kind of press the reset button and just do a simple raw food diet for a week. And this is a way to reset your taste buds, to learn how to prepare healthy, wholesome food, and just take a break from the fast food, the junk food, all of that. And I know for a lot of people, they might not necessarily want to be on a raw food diet for the rest of their life, but doing a week of it just helps them sort of kickstart a healthier lifestyle. And then they get on to incorporating other healthier foods into their diet and into their lifestyle. But it is a lot of fun, the program. It's 7 days. It's an online program, so you can do it from anywhere around the world. There's an online forum. I also give the recipes and a menu planner and everything you need to know as to what to eat for the entire week. And the forum, you get to connect with everyone that's doing the 7-day challenge with you. And I'm on the forum every day answering questions and offering additional support. And there's also videos made specifically for this challenge. And each video is about 20 to 40 minutes long. And it walks you through everything about the raw food challenge and the raw food diet and the cleanse itself. So do join us if you want to. It starts next Monday, March 17th. Go to my website at radiantcentral.com, click on products, and you'll see 7-day raw food challenge. Have a super fabulous weekend, everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.